I remember the first ECD workshop.
When I first used the ECD cards.
My first experience with the ECD.
When I first saw the emotional culture, I went, oh yeah, here we go.
When I first played the ECD, I thought it was a crock of shit. When you're in a group like that with a bunch of guys, it's sort of just like, is it going to be used against us? Because, you know, there's been environments in the past where you say your feelings and then a coach will come up to you and say, well, mate, you know, you said it yourself, you're not feeling that good, so why would I pick you?
Before we started the ECD deck, there's a lot of guys had their walls up.
I suppose the exciting thing was it was different to any culture sessions I'd ever been in before.
What it does is it's a thorough process and it allows everybody to have a voice.
The thing that I saw straight away was the connections that it brought, because guys were feeling the same thing.
I guess as time went on, and once it wasn't judged, it was far more successful.
It verbalised and helped put a word to what you've been feeling, helped other guys understand that person a little bit more.
But it also gave me a real purpose to what I was doing. I learned how to get the best out of myself and what I need and what doesn't help me. I know being honest and vulnerable brings people closer together.
Sport's emotional, not just from the players, but fans get emotional, everyone gets emotional. So if you haven't got an outlet to be able to let those emotions come through, you keep it bottled up until it might reach breaking point. To have an environment that encourages that openness, hugely important for sporting environments, to be able to do that and comfortable to do that.
The vulnerabilities and the struggles you share are, you know, you share them, there's more than one in the room. And
it's important because it almost releases the burden from that player.
So I think now, you know, the fact that you're talking about emotions, it changes the conversation, it changes how you understand the person next to you. You spend a lot of time with these people, right? So I think the more that the people around you know what you're going through and maybe know what the challenges and struggles are that you've been through or that you're currently going through, it just makes that support network a lot stronger.
well, the ECD is actually consistent, so you can keep going back to it. A lot of culture sessions that I've done over time was done once and then never followed up with.
You've got to understand your people, you've got to get everybody moving in the same directions. It's human behaviour, right? Somebody that we've all just sort of met relatively recently is being really open with us, and all of a sudden we know that person much better than what we did obviously prior to playing the game. And
I don't think we're trying to be stoic all the time. I think we're trying to be vulnerable now, and that helps us navigate through difficult or challenging times as well, because the conversations isn't just about how well you're doing at work. It actually changes to, okay, I've got this challenge or this difficult situation that I'm facing, and you've got a lot more support.
The ECDs allow the group to have a lot of trust, know that you're not alone in your battle of trying to become the best cricketer you can be, or the best father or the best student.
Using the ECD pack, it's a great avenue to give players and people that opportunity to say they feel horrible because of X, Y and Z. So yeah, found it so beneficial that players can use that and then get it off their chest and then move on.
The ECD has been, I've loved it. I think what it does is it's a thorough process and it allows everybody to have a voice, and it's one of the best culture sessions I've been a part of.
For a group of males to sit down and share their vulnerabilities and for it to be okay, and I guess for it to be in a safe place, that's probably the most powerful, or that is the most powerful part that I've experienced of the ECD.
I always keep the ECD cards on me at training. They pretty much live in my cricket bags.
I really believe it's also put me on an even level with them, even though I am the coach, I'm the same type of person as them, so it's really highlighted that, and it's been great for the players to see that.
Yeah, we've been doing the emotional culture deck for the last 3 years, and I think has revolutionised the way that Cricket Wellington operates, both externally and internally. We're not insular anymore. We're not in silos. We really are one team that really buys into everything that we're trying to do for cricket.
I think the best change I've seen in my time at Cricket Wellington has been, I guess, the vulnerability in the group as young men and as men in general. I think mental health and being vulnerable in an alpha male environment is pretty daunting, and I think we've managed to break that wall down.
And I've never been part of a culture that's been closer or tighter. It doesn't feel like there's this hierarchy where you're having to tiptoe around people. You really feel like you're coming to work every day with friends.
Definitely feels like one big family here at Cricket Wellington. The Blaze and Firebirds have built a really good culture together, and it's nice to see the Firebirds do so well on the field, knowing that they're all great guys off it.
I think everyone feels like they're part of something.